Hey everyone, it's Miss Cooperud. Welcome back. Today's video is on taking tests and quizzes on the Think Central website. And more than just taking them on the Think Central website, it's just a good practice to know how and when to take quizzes and tests. So you might say, well, the answer isn't that just whenever the teacher tells you to? Good answer. First of all, way to go. Good answer. But actually, that's not the answer. So let's talk about what is the answer. So I'm going to go ahead and click present here. Now, these are the steps for taking tests and quizzes on Think Central. The very first test is decide if you're ready to take the quiz or test on this information. It does not make sense, kids, to spend time taking a quiz that then you get a low score on. That's messed up. So don't do that. Instead, decide if you're ready to take the quiz or the test. Now, you might say, well, sometimes my teacher doesn't give me a choice. The teacher says the quiz is on Friday. Well, then you want to make sure you're doing this step number one prior to Friday. Decide if you know what you've been learning about. If not, go back, re-watch the videos. So I'm going to click over here to show you again our Math Bitmoji. If you look on our Math Bitmoji and you say, I'm not sure I'm ready for the quiz, well, go back because on Monday, there is the Monday video. On Tuesday, there is the Tuesday video. On Wednesday, there is the Wednesday video. So those videos, both from last week and this week, are available for you. So go back and watch them again. Also, you may or may not know that you have access to practicing in your homework book. So let me show you where that is. Okay, that is, I'm in our Google Classroom, as you can see. I'm clicking on our math Google Classroom. Now, I'm always going to go to classwork. Don't spend any time in the stream. It gets clogged up. So go to classwork. And then scroll down until you see the information about our books, our student activity book and our homework and remembering. Look at that. There is our homework and remembering. You can click on it and it's all the units. So if you it takes a minute to load here, but if you had trouble with scrambled multiplication tables, there's some of the remembering that just helps us think about what we learned last year. More factor puzzles. If you need practice on factor puzzles, there they are. There's more practice on sort of everything. Here's more practice on kind of that repeated addition, putting more money in day one, same thing in day two, same thing in day three. Look at that. That's a resource for you. This homework and remembering is available to you in our Google Classroom. And it can give you more practice. So it might sound silly to say don't take the quiz when your teacher tells you to, but the answer is do enough practice so that you feel like you know how you're gonna do on the quiz before you ever take it. It shouldn't be a guess. You should never go into any test or quiz and say, oh, I don't have a clue how I'm gonna do on this. You should be asking yourself, do I know this? And how well do I know it? And if I think I do, how could I make sure of that? So once you do that and check yourself and say, yep, I feel pretty good. I understand all the lessons. I checked my work in my homework, in my book. Go through your book. Gonna tell you, should not be empty. Now, my book is empty because I can't write in my book because I have to use it year to year. But if your book looks like this, or if you open pages and say, yeah, I never did that page, you're not ready for the quiz. If the book is finished and you've checked your answers using the answer key, you say, wait a minute, where's the answer key? The answer is exactly where we just looked for the homework and remember student activity book and answer key. Look at that, student activity book answer key. I'm giving you the answers. You should be checking them. Okay, so next, when you think you're ready for the quiz, awesome, good for you. Then you're going to take this practice quiz. It's right in our student activity book. So you're going to find the page that has the quiz on it and do the page. Oftentimes the quizzes are 2 pages, so do both. In this case, for Quick Quiz 1 and Quick Quiz 2, they're both 2 pages. So Quick Quiz 1, do both pages. Then check yourself. Because here's the thing. I put the quiz answers in there as well. I put the quiz answers in our answer key as well. So you should be checking your quiz answers as well. Now, I will tell you, the quiz on Think Central is exactly like the quiz in the book. Exactly. The only thing is they just change the names or change the numbers, but the things they're asking, the how do you solve these kinds of problems, are exactly like this. So if you do the practice one and you check yourself and you do awesome, you get them all right, or maybe like almost all of them right, and you go, oh yeah, I see what I did there. You're ready to go and take the Think Central quiz. If you didn't, if you made mistakes, if you didn't understand, if you went, whoops, my lights turned off again. Oh, there we go. If you went and looked and checked yourself and said, whoa, I'm not sure what happened, look here. Look here on, I'm going to change my pointer so you can see this. Look here. Check your answers using the answer key after you do the practice. Ask yourself how you did. If you got them all right, you're ready for the quiz. If you missed some, or especially if you missed lots, go back to number 2. Number 2 says, I should say that number 1. Go back to number 1. Do more practice using your homework and remembering book. Ask your teacher if you need help. Re-watch the videos from the past couple weeks. So if you missed some or lots when you did your practice, don't go on and take the Think Central quiz. It's the same thing. It won't work for you. Instead, go back, learn more, re-watch the videos, ask questions, get help they need. Then, finally, when you're like, I totally understand this, then take the quick quiz. Now, again, take it on Think Central. Take the actual one on Think Central. Again, it's one of those things